put my brackets around there. And now, if somebody searches for modern desk chairs, my positive keyword of desk chairs modern or modern desk chairs over here will be eligible to trigger my ad. But if somebody just searches for modern desk or modern desks, it will not be eligible. My ad will not be eligible to show. Keep in mind, Poppin sure does sell modern desks, and we're going to have another ad group focused on modern desks, and we'll have modern desks as a positive keyword. But we want to just have this as a negative keyword for this specific ad group, because we want this ad group to only be funneling and only be showing ads for desk chairs, because that's where we're sending the traffic to. We're sending traffic to the area of the site that sells the desk chairs, and we also want to get a sense of what type of volume, what the click costs are, so we want this data to be as pure as possible. So we really want to focus on things centered around desk chairs. And here we go, modern desk furniture, modern computer desk, modern white desk. And I could either just remove these for now, or I could add them as negative exact matches, but I'm just going to go ahead and remove them. And I'm not so worried that we're going to get too many clicks for that, because I know that we're going to be using mainly phrase match and broad match modify for this ad group. Office seating, that's a really good area to look into. So we have office seating, office seats, office seat, office seating furniture, and bucket seat office chair, which we know that Poppin sells. And here's a good one: chairs, home office chair, home office chairs, home computer chairs. And these are really good because Poppin definitely could cater to this crowd, people looking for home office furniture. But I would definitely want to make home office an exact match negative as well. So I'm going to make a bracket home office. I don't want to be showing up if people are just looking for home office. And it goes on and on, this list. And we're not going to go through this entire list now, but we will definitely come back to it, and we'll definitely be able to explore additional ideas through additional methods that we're going to take a look at. So I've added, a bunch of the ones that I like. Here's one more: office chairs. Okay, best office chairs, comfortable, heavy duty, discount, tall, quality. We don't want used, so that we'll be able to add use as a negative later. Office chair deals. Cool is definitely a good one. We're not luxury. Unique office chairs, that's definitely describes Poppin's aesthetic. Stylish. Adjustable. These are some great ideas. And if we just kind of scan over this, we'll get some good keyword ideas and negative keyword ideas, but we'll come back to this in further detail in a little bit. So I have a pretty good idea of the keywords I want to start off with. And I'm going to go with this for now, and we're going to go ahead and save our ad group. Now, in order to save the ad group, you have to add in a maximum cost per click default bid. So what does this mean? Your default bid is the maximum dollar value that you're willing to pay that new keywords will inherit unless you override them with keyword level bids. So your maximum cost per click, your max CPC at the ad group level, which is what we're setting now, is the maximum you're willing to pay when you add new keywords unless you override them with keyword specific bids. So for example, if I put $4 now, all these keywords will inherit a $4 max CPC bid. That's how it's going to work. But I could go in there later and change any given keyword to what I want, to whatever bid I want to change it to. So for example, I could take best office chairs and make it $1, and I could take best office chairs for sale online and make it $5. But you have to set a default bid, what new keywords will default to when you add them. This is Google's way of ensuring that every keyword in the account gets a bid. Now, the question is, what should we set this default bid to? And that's a great question. The truth is, and it's a very frustrating answer, in a new account like this where we don't have historical data to look at, there's no way to really know. We can't really know what we should set our default bids to, but there are some good ways to get a sense, and we're going to look at that in a minute. But for now, you could really do anything, because our billing is not set up. Nothing's going to run. We could change the max CPC, the ad group level default bid, which we're setting now later. We could change it whenever we'd like. So there's no harm. Just pick a generic normal number. I would usually go with somewhere between $2 and $3, but it seriously doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put in 3 and move forward. Forget about the ad group URL options for now, and you have an option at the bottom to either save and continue to billing, which is as it sounds, you're going to set up your billing account, or you could click set up billing later, or you can cancel your new ad group altogether. I'm going to choose to set up billing later, and we'll walk through the billing process later on in this course. But I want to continue with really diving into keyword research, keyword theory, and continuing to generate some new keyword ideas and figuring out how to organize everything really well. So I'm going to click set up billing later. Now I am inside my AdWords dashboard, and this is the first time we're seeing this, and I'm sure it is quite overwhelming, but by the time we're done with this course, everything here is going to be totally second nature to you. It's going to be very clear what everything is and how to get to everything. I know there's a lot of buttons, there's a lot of different menus, there's a warning notification up here, there's boxes up here, there's gears and bells and numbers all over the place. There's another menu on this left-hand side, but we're going to cover everything, I promise. This main area where you're seeing your columns and your rows, this is your data view. When I say data view, I refer to this square where we're seeing all the data, all the actual columns and rows. And as we advertise, all these zeros are going to change to numbers as we get clicks, as we get impressions, as our click-through rate starts coming in, all those types of things. And the most important thing to notice is we're at the keyword level in our campaign. We're under the keywords tab. So this keywords tab is giving me a sense of the keywords in my account. This is going to give me an overview of all the data. It's going to give me a understanding and a view of whichever keywords are in this specific ad group that I'm in. And on the left-hand side, we have navigation. So the left-hand panel over here, which could be hidden with this button, this is your navigation. So at the top level, we have our account, Poppin USA Furniture. That's our account. And if I click on that, it brings me to my ad groups tab and it shows me the ad groups within the account. And if I click on the ad group over here or over here, it brings me to my keywords pane and my keywords tab, and it gives me the data view at the keyword level. So here we have all the keywords we just added to the account, scrolling down this list. If I go to the bottom, this bottom right, I can see that I'm displaying 1 to 50 of 54 total keywords. So we've added 54 keywords to this ad group so far. As you can see, they're all broad match. And this grayed out max CPC, it's a little bit gray. That's indicating to us that the bid of this keyword is being inherited from our default ad group max CPC. We'll talk about how to change the max CPC later. There's a lot to talk about, but I don't want to get off topic. I want to really continuing focus on keyword research and keyword theory. So we covered the first and simplest way of keyword research, which is taking Google suggestions from within the AdWords account. There's a second way to get some good Google suggestions, and that's literally by going to google.com. So let's open up a new browser here, go to google.com, and let's just start typing something in. So we'll type in desk chairs. Now, right away I get 3 interesting ideas. Desk chairs for teens, desk chairs IKEA, and desk chairs Amazon. And that's very important for us to know because these are all things that we want to avoid showing our ad for, because we don't sell desk chairs in the price range that IKEA does. We don't sell from Amazon, and we don't sell for teens. And it's good